Hi kids, I'm William Target and welcome to episode 4 of the Formula 1 Shame Report covering the events in Bahrain. Now, we may have a couple of weeks till we go to Barcelona, so let's shine the white light of shame on those who deserve it most. Remember teams and drivers, don't get angry at me if I call your name out. I didn't put you on this list, you put you on this list. Let it begin. In the first shame report of the season, I shamed alarm clocks for causing me to miss the opening qualifying of the year. Now, I missed a big chunk of the Bahrain qualifying, so it's only fair that I shame the culprit this time as well. Alcohol. After what was an uncharacteristic display from me on the Friday night, no really, ask my mates, I'm a boring git usually, I woke up a little worse for wear to say the least on Saturday afternoon. To be honest, the severity of my headache was such that, quite frankly, I couldn't have given a toss if it was Nico Rosberg or Nico Bellic on pole. Really, alcohol, you need to be more responsible than that. Shame. At number 4, flaps. More specifically, DRS flaps. Even more specifically, Fernando Alonso's DRS flap, which got stuck open, causing him to have to pit twice early in the opening laps in Bahrain, and then disregard it for the rest of the race. It just seems as though the universe is conspiring against Vettel's rivals to help him win the title again. Had it not been for the DRS malfunction ruining Nando's race, he would have been in with an excellent shot of victory. Even so, he deserves a lot of credit, not only for keeping the car on track with the flap wide open, but also for fighting through the field to finish a respectable 8th, despite not having his main overtaking aid. While we can credit Alonso for a terrific drive considering the circumstances, it's difficult not to think that bits of bad luck like this might end up killing his title chances. At number 3, and for the first time in the Shame Report's short history, not at number 1, Sebastian Vettel. And why? Because he's a git. After an admittedly phenomenal overtake on Alonso in the opening stages, he passed Rosberg and buggered off, and that was about it really. He probably could have got out of the car and walked the last lap and moonwalked across the finish line and still won with time to spare. People were surprised by the way he acted on the podium as well, with the female member of the Red Bull team who came up to collect the Constructors' Trophy. People thought he was being a bit of a patronising sod, saying it was nice to have a woman on the podium. And he also inadvertently accused her of prostitution by saying that she looks after the boys. Careful, Seb, and shame. And now forget that on shame 3, which this week goes to a couple of drivers who, after bad starts to the season, came back big in the desert. I'm referring, of course, to Lotus's Romain Grosjean and McLaren's Sergio Perez, who many feel responded to what team boss Martin Whitmarsh said that he should drive more aggressively. Well, I don't think he was responding to Whitmarsh, I think he was responding to this. Show some fight, Sergio. Who do you think he's more likely to listen to? His boss, or a teenager filming something in his dad's garage in Essex that's going to be put on YouTube and watched by about 4 people? Maybe. Anyway, good job Romain on your podium, and good job Sergio for pushing your teammate. On the subject of whom, Desert Button has my deepest sympathies, as the harsh desert winds of Bahrain clearly blew a lot of sand into his vagina. Or so you would think, judging by his comments during and after the race. Calm him down, he said over the team radio, after an incident with his teammate, which was his fault. Little tip, Jensen, if you slow down directly in front of someone, chances are they're going to hit you up the arse. You've got a young teammate, you're supposed to mentor him, not whine like a little bitch every time he goes near you. And then you had a bit of a cry and a moan about it to Martin Whitmarsh, on TV. Seriously, Jensen, sort yourself out and get your tampon out by Barcelona. At number 1, Christian Horner. It would appear that qualifying on the front row and then winning the race just isn't good enough for the Red Bull team boss, as after the race he had a bitch fit to Pirelli about the tyres. It just makes them so much more despicable that even when they're winning, things aren't good enough for them. They moan and they moan and they moan that things aren't rosy enough, the wallets are too small for their 50s, and their diamond shoes are too tight. Do they really wonder why everyone hates them? I just hope that Pirelli don't get dragged in and buckle to their demands. Horner needs to realise that the sport car should be tailored to his needs, and I guarantee that he'll be the first one to have a moan up if someone else starts doing well. God, they make me angry. Get the brown paper bag of shame on your head, Christian. We'll see you in Barcelona.